Ali, founder of the Moore Science Temple of America. Give honor to all true and divine prophets. Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, etc. Give honor to the forerunners of the prophet. Brother Marcus Garvey. Give honor to all past supreme, grand advisors, moderators. Of the Moore Science Temple of America. Brother C. Kirkland Bay. Brother Alf Nelson Bay. And Brother J. Blakey Bay. Give honor to our past, former Grand Sheikah moderator. Brother Oliver Gill. Give honor to our present Grand Sheikah, who is a moderator. Brother R. Jones Bay. And to his assistant. Brother A. Hawkins Bay. Give honor to the National Chairman of the Moore Science Temple of America. Who is also the Grand Sheikah here at Temple 71. Brother Pete Chase Hill. Give honor to all national, state, and local officials. Of the Moore Science Temple of America. Give honor to the Grand Governor of Washington, D.C. Brother H. Harris Bay. To his assistant. Sister D. Jones Bay. Give honor to all Sheikhs, and members. Of the Moore Science Temple of America. Give honor to all our auxiliaries. Give honor to both our flags. Give honor to our holy and divine chapel. Give honor to everything that the prophet brought. And taught. For the uplifting for all humanity. Give honor to our media team. Islam. Peace. This time I'll read from Salvation Our God, Unity, Moore Scientific American Divine Constitution of Our Laws. Act 1. The Grand Sheikah Chairman of the Moore Science Temple of America is empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the prophet and the Grand Bible of the Moore Science Temple of America. The assistant Grand Sheikah is to assist the Grand Sheikah in all affairs if he lives to work in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and is known before the members of the Moore Science Temple of America. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly, according to the circumstances in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Fridays are holy arrest, because on Friday the first man was born in flesh, and on Friday the first man departed out of flesh, and ascended into his Father God's law. For that cause, Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moore Science Temple of America. No members put in danger of shooting falsely his fellow sister on any occasion at all that may harm his fellow sister, because Allah is love. Act 4. All members must observe these holy and divine laws. All members must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moore of America, you are a part and parcel of this state government. You must live your life accordingly. Act 5. This organization of the Moore Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of these state government, but to obey hereby. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality. We are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed. They may know that they are a part and a parcel of this state government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians. Because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is the newer time now. All men now must proclaim their free natural name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained the noble God, the prophet, to redeem his people from their simple ways. The Moorish Americans are descendants of the ancient Moabites, whom inhabit the northwestern and southwestern North Valley. Act 7. All members must promptly attend the meetings and become a part and a part of all uplifting actions in the Moore Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues and keep an eye on all necessities of the Moore Science Temple of America. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband, take care of your children, and look after the your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become a part of the uplifting for all humanity. All mortal Americans must keep their hearts and minds filled with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant from the Holy Prophet known as the Royal League, through the guidance of his Father, God and love. Known as the Royal League found, mortal American prayer. The God, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allow us my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, through our lead. Amen. More Southern America, mailing address, P.O. Box 388-7600, Horton Drive, Greenbelt, Maryland, 20768. You have heard the reading of the divine constitution, bylaws, and this entirety. Now we will have a reading from the questionnaire. This is all for the most remarkable by the prophet. Act 1. Branch sheets and governors and heads of all temples, all businesses. Each said temple must be approved by the prophet. For acting upon by any member, let it be financed properly, or in line length of cost member to sacrifice finance, etc. It will cause support any group of members. Any form of office that violates these laws is subject to be removed from their office under heavy restrictions set by the prophet or the branch sheet. Act 2. All members are to attend their meetings and their public meetings promptly. A member found standing around a meeting period shall be fined 50 cents on the first case. And on the second, he will be fined $1, which will go on your emergency fund. If the member is working, money dues must be paid. If he has money in the bank, he must subscribe for as much as he is able to the more uplifting fund, because it takes finance to uplift the nation. Act 3. It's lawful to remind you that every good member, as he is able in finance to aid me and save the nation. If he does not, he is enemy to cause uplifting his own people, and justice must catch you. Gotta be he or she according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. As I have power invested in my hands, and I will have to enforce the law in order to save the nation. Act 4. All members, while making a public speech, do not use any assertion against the American flag or speak radical against the church or any member of any organized group, because we are to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Act 5. All members are to promptly attend their meetings and send their children to Sunday school. And the teacher must confirm themselves to the questionnaire. And that every member exercise the fastest who is able to do so. Because out from your Sunday school comes the guidance of the nation. Act 6. Workers, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed. And they may know that they are a part and parcel of this said government, and know that they are not. Negroes, colored folks, black people, Ethiopians. Because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779, and lasted until 1865, during the time of slavery. And this is a newer time now. All men now must proclaim the free national name to be recognized by the government in which to live in the nations of the earth. This is the reason why a lot of great God of the universe who named those who are the prophet to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Morse Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabit the northwest and southwestern shore of the Bible. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become empowered and impartial all uplifting acts of the Moore Science Temple. Members must pay their due and keep in line with all necessities of the Moore Science Temple. Then you are entitled to the name of faith. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband. Take care of your children. Look after you as your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother, lead industrious, and become empowered for the uplifting of all humanity. All mortal Americans must keep their hearts and minds filled with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant from the Holy Prophet known as our aid through the guidance of his Father, God and love. If this had a reading from the questionnaire, this is all for the mortal Americans by the Prophet known as our aid, and this is how. This time, I'll read from the Holy Koran of the Moore Science Temple of America. Holy Koran of the Moore Science Temple of America, Circle 7, divinely prepared by the noble prophet through Ali, by the guidance of the Father, God, Allah, great God of the universe, to redeem man from the simple and fallen stage of humanity back to the highest plane of life with the Father, God, Allah. I'll read from We read from the divine text from the Holy Gospel, chapter 12. Jesus teach the common people how to tell them how to attain eternal happiness. And we start with the divine instruction. One, the Sabbath meditation, Jesus set aside the children of spring. It was a holy day. Many people of the service cast were near the priest. Jesus saw hard. Jesus saw the hard floor, lines of toil early brought and every hand. There was no look of joy on any face. And that's why all group could think of anything but toil. And Jesus spoke to one and said, "Wow, you also said, have you no happiness in life?" The man replied, we scarcely know the meaning of that word. We toil to live and hope for nothing else but toil. And blessed the day when we can cease our toil and lay down in a holy air and rest in the holy city of the dead. Jesus Howard stood there and with love for these poor souls. He said, toil should not make a person saved. Man should be happy when they toil. And hope and love are behind the toil. There, then all the life is filled with joy and peace. And this is heaven. Do you not know that such a heaven is for you? The man replied, heaven we have heard it, but when it is so far away, we must live so many lives before we reach that place. And Jesus said, my brother man, your thoughts are wrong. For heaven is not far away. It is not a place for time or means in mind. It is not a country to be reached. It is a state of mind. Islam. Are there anybody else? Doctor downstairs. Come on up. That's it. Islam more. Let's take a moment of silence for all of humanity, because everybody going through something right now. Praise God. Islam. Without further delay, call our instructor today. She is our branch, she's moderator of the More Scientific Program. So, Father, don't be afraid. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Lord, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Lord, my protector, my God, and my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, draw me. Amen. Okay, who made it? Allah. Who is Allah? Allah. Can we see him? No. Where is the nearest place we can meet him? Who is Noble Juala? He is Allah's prophet. What is a prophet? Prophet is Allah manifested in the flesh. What is the duty of a prophet? Save nations from the wrath of Allah. Who is the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America? What year was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded? 1913. Where? New Jersey. Where was Noble Juala born? In the state of North Carolina, 1886. What is his nationality? What is your nationality? Why are we Moorish Americans? What purpose was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded? How did the prophet begin to uplift the Moorish Americans? By teaching them. What is our religion? Is that a new or is that the old time religion? Old time religion. What kind of flag is the Moorish? What do the 5 points represent? Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. How old is our flag? It's over 10,000 years old. Which is our holy day? Friday. Why? Because Friday is the day Who is Jesus? Where was he born? Who were his father and mother? Joseph and Mary. You give a brief the line genealogy to which Jesus came. So the great fathers to which Jesus came. What did we learn about Ruth last week? What did we surmise? What did we learn? What stuck with you when we talked about Ruth? And why is Ruth important? First of all, let's get that rolling. Why is Ruth important? Why is Ruth important?
Because Islam. Come on. Because she connected us to.
She connected us. That's right. She connected us. Connected us with what?
To the belief of one God and to the human family.
To the belief of one God. Okay. That's nice. That's nice. Why does she have to connect us to the belief in one God? Idol worship. That's right. Because who was idol worship? The Moabites. Who are the Moabites? We are. We are descendants of the Moabites. We are descendants of a people who at one time worshiped idols. And again, if it had not been for who? We would not have been in what? That's good. Awakening. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Awakening. And what else?
We have been introduced.
Come on, brother there.
She connected us back to the line genealogy of Jesus.
That's right. She made that connection. That's right. The line genealogy of Jesus. So that means from our people, what happened? By way of our people, what happened? Jesus came. Remember, the genealogy of Jesus is a line genealogy which shows a
progression
Mhm.
from one point to another. In other words, our people, by being included into that particular, into the Israelites, we were used as a what's the word? Conduit. A conduit for Jesus to come through. And he came through by way of what? Thought. That's right, Lord. He came through by way of a thought. A thought in the belief of what? One God. Okay. Where was he born? I ask you again, where was he born?
In Bethlehem, Judah, in the house of David.
Who were his father and mother?
Joseph and Mary.
Will you give and brief the line genealogy through which Jesus came?
Some of the great fathers which Jesus came of Abraham, of course, Cyrus, Jesse, King David, Solomon, Hezekiah, and Joseph by Mary.
Say it again. Will you give a line genealogy? Pardon me. Will you give a brief the line genealogy through which Jesus came?
Some of the great fathers through which Jesus came of Abraham, of course, Jesse, King David, Solomon, Hezekiah, and Joseph by Mary.
Okay, that's good. Now, so what did that show? What does that show? The line genealogy through which Jesus came. What does that show by those individuals who were named? What does it show? It had to do what for him to come through that? For him to come by way of the line genealogy, what did they have to do?
Hold the thought.
Hold the thought. And what must you do? You got to learn how to hold the thought. You got to learn how to hold the thought. By holding the thought, what benefit do you receive when you hold the thought? You see a manifestation, but you don't have to hold the thought to see a manifestation. But by holding a thought, it helps you to do what? What does holding a thought help you to develop? Strength. Strength, no question. But what else does it help you to develop?
Consistency.
Huh?
Consistency.
Consistent. Okay, that's good.
Process.
What is it? Processing.
Process.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Focus. That's good. Yes, momentum does. It is generated when you're able to hold a thought. But what else does it do for you?
Do what you love.
Right.
Help me build courage.
Help you build courage. Okay.
The reason I say help me to build courage, because when you hold a thought, if you hold it long enough when it manifests, you have thoughts to believe in it. So now it'll be a little more easy.
Okay. Okay. What else does holding a thought do? How else does holding a thought help you? It helps you to develop what?
Understanding.
You're right, but I'm just saying, but it helps you to, doesn't that help you to develop confidence? You must develop confidence. What is confidence?
Faith.
What? Huh? What is confidence? Well, let's just say this. We all need confidence. What is confidence? Surety of what? I'm confident that you're going to do what you're supposed to do. I'm confident that you're going to drive that bus safe.
The task ahead.
Huh?
One of the tasks is ahead.
Okay. It is a belief. It is a belief. But when you have confidence, does that not also mean that you can rely on yourself for certain actions to take place or for a certain result to come about? I have confidence that I can stand for what's what? Right.
So reliability.
But not a liability.
No, reliability.
Or it can be reliability. Because you know that you can rely on it because, yeah, okay. Or and also, it helps you to take a stand. See, I know I can stand by saying I'm a Moorish American, I can stand on it. Why can you stand on it? Because I have confidence in what? Your practice. My practice has given me the confidence to know I can stand on being a moral Samaritan. Come on. Your strength does come from that. It does. Well, you know what? Confidence is strength. Yeah. So you got to be confident to be able to take a stand. If you're not confident, you're not going to take no stand. Because without confidence, you're going to be shaky.
That's what I say, you know.
Yeah, well, you what? Yeah, he does say be more.
You lack confidence, you are doubtful.
It's not more. Confidence, without confidence, you are in doubt. Come on, man.
I mean, when you look at the book,
Yeah,
you see the prophet standing on the rock.
yeah,
His foundation
yeah,
is the rock.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So you know it's not going to be wavering.
yeah,
You know, so you're confident,
yeah,
you know, and you're firm on what you know that you are.
yeah, yeah. Wait, how do you build confidence? How do you build confidence? How can you build the confidence in saying that this is right? By what? By your practice. Your continuous practice enables you to build confidence. Go on.
What is it saying? I might say it wrong. I'll keep your notion. Belief is first and it's
Belief, faith, and fruition.
Right. All that comes with confidence.
You know,
because
I tell you what, all that comes from confidence.
So you really have to work on those 3 steps.
Yeah, but how do you work on those 3 steps?
I guess you have to sit back and
One at a time, and you do it by your what? Your practice. Remember, practice is what gives you confidence. And you can't gain confidence in practice when you come here, but when you go back out there, you resort to your behavior. Your regular practice. You gotta be consistent. That's right.
So-
That's right. Mama.
Also, it comes when you try to apply. what
Yes.
you know.
Yes. 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 But see, that practice is giving you that to apply it. You see what I'm saying? See, that application comes from your practice.
That's what I'm not sure.
With the oil of what?
Wisdom.
And wisdom is what? The consciousness.
It's
Come on.
Yeah, to get on with that subject, when you as a child, you develop confidence in the things you do.
Yeah.
And when you're not taught about confidence,
Right.
you have to learn.
Yeah.
And I try to be firm in making decisions today
Right.
with confidence in what I believe in, trust in. Certain.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get an understanding of the confidence you just gave it to me.
Well, look, confidence is like when we run up,
Right.
we go to the store, we do what we want, we come back.
Right.
When we get confident, well, what happens is we go to the store because we know the store, we're confident that the store is what? Gonna be there.
You have to have confidence in your prayer too.
There's no question. And that's a practice in itself.
You have to believe in it.
But for you to have confidence in your prayer, you must first what? What must you first do before you can gain confidence in your prayer? What must you do before you can gain confidence in your prayer? Say it.
accepted.
You gotta accept it. You got to accept the prayer as being what?
That's what it's safe.
It's being real.
That's right. And that's right.
See, See, we can come in here and say the prayer, that becomes a habit, but that does not mean we accept it. We accept the practice when we come in here, but that does not mean we accept the prayer. Come on.
You know, also what I can see is that key, number 27,
Yes,
through the line of genealogy,
yes,
I can see the relation
Yes.
that binds us.
yeah. Yeah. What's the bind? What's the binding in that relationship?
The
that you see?
bloodline.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You gotta be knowledge and understanding.
Okay.
That will bind us.
So you can see in, when you give a brief line genealogy through which Jesus came. Now what's the line? What is the line?
I guess the order.
That's just the order, but it's something else. What else do you think the line is? The line genealogy. What is that line? What is that line that we're talking about?
Bloodline.
The connection. It's the connection. And the connection is the belief in what? One God. That's the line. It's the belief in one God. And in the belief of one God, we start to enhance our what? What comes about when we believe in one God together? A relationship. And what does that relationship do for us? It binds us to what? Love and unity. It's the connection. We have to understand that there is a connection. And the connection comes from our what?
Love for each other.
That's what he said, didn't he? In our love what? To each other. What does the name Jesus mean?
Jesus.
Did the angel give to the child who was called Jesus a holy name?
Yes.
What is an angel? What is an angel? What are angels used for? What is our profit to us? What is our profit to us? What am I trying to get? Rhythm. We're not in rhythm. Remember, the key to learning is being in what?
Rhythm.
And rhythm brings about what? Harmony. That's right. That's right. It brings about harmony. And in harmony, we can do what? Yeah, that's right. But in harmony, in a harmonious condition, we can do what? In a harmonious condition, we can do what? And we can also learn. If you're in a harmonious condition, is that not easier for you to learn? Huh? Yeah, but see that's the piece. That's why we have to become in harmony, because all of us are sitting on a different vibration.
Get on the same page.
That's the key, more. Channel the energy and have it focused in one direction. That one direction that we're focused on can bring about a harmonious condition. Come on.
Also, that also makes me think about just in music terms, you know, like if you're not in harmony, there's a noise that's produced.
That's right.
So if you're not, that's why it's like out of rhythm, we creating a noise, like so you can't really hear.
That's right.
You can't pick up that.
That's right. And look, and that note that's out of harmony gets your attention. And it's the same way with this. When we recite, and if it's not in harmony, that off note, that's a distraction. Look where you go from here to there. And what are you going to? You're going to an off note, which causes you to become out of harmony.
It's no melody there.
Huh?
There's melody is missing.
Yeah, it's missing.
You know, when you all know, yeah.
Well, don't nobody want to hit nobody off. Nope. You know? Yeah, Mom.
It's praise the prophet. It took me back to study, about purity, being in harmony, vibration. And, what you need, one must be pure in heart. You know what I'm saying? For this rhythm, because we come with different thoughts. I know I do. You get in harmony with something. And I'm coming into a place of worship and study. If I just, reach within, get some purity, like purification, purity in me, to come in harmony. If I ain't thinking about the outside world, these little trials and temptations and all that, and I can go with purity, being a pure thought, giving harmony with a pure thought from the prophet.
Yeah.
Maybe I can be in harmony.
Yeah. But harmony comes from your what? Harmony comes from your what?
Submission.
What does the book say? Harmony comes from your what? Did he not say strive? You gotta strive. You gotta strive, remember. You strive. What does strive mean? You constantly are doing what? You're moving towards it. And if you're moving towards purity in life, then what are you doing? You're doing what? Striving, but the striving is causing you to do what?
Elevate.
Yes, elevate, but before you start to elevate, you got to start to clean up. You got to put forth an effort to clean up.
That's right.
It doesn't matter how hard you strive if you ain't cleaning up, you striving for something else. That's why it's so important. You want to see purity? You want to see purity manifested in degrees, then you have to strive.
Jesus said it down in 40 days. He's got
And what does strive mean again? In striving, you're going to meet what?
Challenges.
So in your striving, there is a struggle.
That's right.
You're gonna be involved in a struggle when you strive, and the struggle is gonna come from who? You. Come on.
In your strategy, you must cut away.
You got
That is uses ungainly heart.
Yes.
But you
Yeah.
have courage to do that because of the process. You're gonna see things that you enjoy,
Yeah.
that you may have and you enjoy. Now, are you willing to cut it off?
That's the key.
Because if you don't be willing to cut it off, you're gonna be stuck there until you are willing to cut it off.
Yeah. But see, you have to acknowledge and identify the fact that those things that you like are holding you back.
Yes.
Then you got to make a determination and ask yourself, well, do I really want to really cut it off?
Yes.
Or can I find a way to work with it? Because the identification has to come from, it's holding me back. If it's not holding you back, why stop it? I can rationalize fitting it in if I haven't accepted the fact that it's doing anything to me that's harmful. I can make it fit because I'm a creator, and I can create it in a way that I can make it fit. Good choice, man. Yes, but you got to see that it's of no worth. Because the longer you can see worth in it, you're going to find a way to keep it. Come on. Yeah. Yeah.
The truth is, cut it off.
Yeah.
If you ain't ready to cut it off, you ain't ready to accept the truth.
Yeah.
So you accept falsehood and
Yeah.
get with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're going to have one or the other. You're going to have one or the other. See, that's why, yes, striving is important. Holding the thought is important. Understanding the connection is important. Because you're going to remember the majority of your battles, you're going to be by yourself. So you're going to have to remember some things. And you're going to have enough courage to implement those things. Because when you're by yourself, you can easily persuade yourself to do something else other than what you should do. Because after all, won't nobody know of it. So now here's the real strive when you by yourself. Yeah,
Thought must be developed,
yeah,
not exercised.
yeah. It has to be, brother. That's true.
Because it's thought there first,
That's right. That's right.
exercise, not physical exercise. But it is physical, because the mind and heart.
See that whole piece, and that's the truth. Because see, when you by yourself and those thoughts, you start to entertain certain things, you got to have enough insight and courage to address those things that you know are in your way. Yes, those things have given you some entertainment. There's an entertainment value in holding a certain thought. And the more you entertain it, the more difficult it becomes to let go. So do I really want to stop? Not if I ain't got to.
How about,
Come on.
No, and I was thinking that about the present choice, future happiness.
Yes.
I said
Yes,
choice,
yes,
because sometimes you don't know what you're actually choosing in that moment that's creating that hell for you
Yeah.
in your future, which could be something that you get yourself in that it's not as easy to unchoose.
right. That's right. That's right.
That's real.
That's right. That's right. See, you could have been making a choice that creates hell for yourself for so long, it don't bother you. It don't bother you. You know what you say? Well, I can deal with it.
Yeah. I can have it.
That's right, I can handle it.
Yes.
So you haven't really identified it as being a detriment to you. And it's easy to do that when you get, by doing, that's easy to do when you do it over and over and over because then it becomes what? A habit. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
How does sincerity bring
Well, sincerity is what? What is sincerity?
Honest.
Honesty. So the question now becomes, are you going to be what? Honest with who? Yourself. Are you truly going to be honest with yourself? Come on.
It's being content, you know, with these characters that comes about reflection. When you thinking in that place of
I can't even say that.
when you thinking that your conditions can be better,
Yeah,
you know, it
Yeah.
takes a willing to change,
yeah,
to accept the change,
yeah,
you know, that it's gonna get better.
yeah, yeah.
When you say prayer and all that.
But remember something. The devil can also say you can have a better condition.
It's fun.
And see, sometimes we'll accept that improvement. It's easier. And for real, the thought pattern is along the lines in which we think.
so really, Allah, he don't interrupt in your decisions.
No. You're responsible for your
And
own choice.
I'm trying to figure out when is he saving me? When I'm here saving myself.
You gotta say yourself.
I understand.
You gotta say
So I can't
yourself.
look, okay, so I can't look.
No, you know what you looked at Allah for? To make sure you're not disobeying His law. There are laws that govern you. There are laws that help you to make transitions. There are laws that let you know or bring you closer to Him. He's given us one of the greatest gifts that he could, the will to choose.
That's right. That's right.
Now, why would a being give us the will to choose to make all our choices for us? That doesn't make sense. And why would a being that gave us the will to choose force us to make the choices that He would make?
That's right.
Why? choice is ours. And we're the ones who have to make those choices. And then you got to be willing to live with what? Consequences.
So we in the belly of the line, I mean, basically.
Come on.
We creators will choose. So we have to choose whether we want to live a life that's pleasing to him or displeasing to him. Or like you said, it's consequences.
Yes, consequence. Remember, we are making a choice that's pleasing to him or pleasing to us. And we're talking about what's pleasing to the physical.
Yeah.
I like that.
See, the body, look, the body is strong.
Yes.
And it influences our decisions and it influences our choices. It can't think, but it still influences us by way of what? Stimulation. Because certain things arouse us. Come on, bro, James.
So, you just enlighten me again, once again, that if I make a choice that is pleasing to him, then all my life will be filled with joy, and there will be peace inside me and harmony, and all things will be all right. But if I make a choice that is not pleasing to him, then shame and disappointment will be the water of my lake.
Right. And think about it like this too, Lord. How else will we know that it's not pleasing to him unless we experience the choice that we made that's really not pleasing to him? How would you know?
By consequences.
That's you would. But remember, we have allowed ourselves to live with the consequences. Remember, we can create what is in our position to right. We are creators. We can create our position to right. And not only have we done it, we have found it to be satisfying or gratifying.
That's right.
We have found it to be gratifying to that part of us that favors it.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
Even with the shame and disappointment.
It doesn't matter. Look, Mark, look, we've all done shameful things, and yeah, it may have momentarily caused a staring in us. But if we're so far gone, we don't even look at that. Look at it. We don't even feel it, Lord. We have become numb to it. That's right, Lord. And you know what they call that? You have been hypnotized. You have put yourself in a hypnotic state where you don't even feel it. Come on.
In
Come on, man.
Grant, also we find ourselves justifying it.
Yes.
So I've heard him say, man seems to find himself when he solves his problem best.
Yes.
Even though he knows he's doing wrong.
Yes.
And he's justified with the book.
That's right. That's right. Oh, you can take the book. And you can use the book to your benefit to get you to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Whatever can do good can also do harm.
But also, the warnings about falsely using these.
That's the teachers. So that lets us know that the teachers can be what? Falsely used.
Yes, it can.
so could it be approved by Allah that the Lord self can be used?
Can it be approved?
In other words, I'm saying, can you feel that, you want to heard, you trying to study what's right, but here's the salvation in your left. And I'm saying, could wrong be approved? And
No.
like look at the rap
I heard
singers.
that part.
Look at the
No.
rap singers. Rap singers.
More. How can you approve wrong?
I know, I'm not trying to use the word approve, I'm just saying, look at the people that build themselves off of drugs.
Okay.
Rap
Yeah.
singers.
Look at it.
And then could Allah be?
No. No.
The devil can do that.
No. You know what? That's only being made appealing from your lower self.
That's it.
Your lower self is making that appeal of that and giving you the thoughts that, well, perhaps can he have allowed this to take place? And your lower self will come right back and tell you, why not?
And you act out.
That's right.
That's what I'm trying.
Remember, it's you against you.
Yes,
The brother was saying like y'all gonna stand on him when he said Paul use these lessons. Now, what if you don't intentionally do that? Does
Okay.
that put you in that category?
Oh, look, it doesn't matter whether you intentionally do it or not. Now, there is a lesser degree of punishment because that's not my intent to mislead or deceive. So you got something right there where it can help. It's a difference. Whereas you are intentionally doing something. But you still have to suffer the consequences from the choice that you made. Even though it wasn't intentional. Because what must you learn? The lesson
And the lesson is, he know the determination.
before it's made.
Whether it was intentional or not.
So you're going to be given some mercy. You know what I mean? But you still got to be held accountable.
Yes.
So, come on, Mom.
I was thinking about when you were speaking,
Yeah,
we're taught to think not bold men,
that's right.
that punishment. Delay.
That's right.
Or that Allah.
That's right. That's right.
You see, so we gotta pay for that.
Yo, yeah, we got to pay for it. You know.
So, all praise be to Allah and on the cross. So when Allah blew the Holy Breath into the dust of form man, He gave him the will to choose, right or wrong. But all praise man for me. I didn't know what the will was to choose. I didn't know what the choice was to choose. I'm just choosing anything before the prophet.
Right.
The prophet taught me about the higher self and the lower
Right.
self, not just my past choices. So now, when I'm making a choice to choose, I'm using what the prophet and Allah, what Allah and the prophet is saying are my choices, not my past choices, because I didn't know nothing about the higher self and the lower self.
What's going to say?
I was thinking about, soldier never knows the strength
Right.
until he meets his foe.
Yes.
We were talking about earlier about the strength, confidence, and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
So, that foe, even though we may look at it as negative,
Yeah.
it serves as a positive.
Yeah. Yes.
Because it keeps us striving,
Yeah.
like you said,
Yeah.
in a positive direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we fight against that
Yes.
negative
Yeah.
vibration,
Yeah. Yeah.
if we accept it,
Yeah.
then we surrender to it.
Yeah.
And it makes us weak.
Yeah.
You know, and when we study ourselves and really pay attention to ourselves, we can see our strength and our weakness
Yeah.
and how weak we really are.
Yeah. 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 Remember, we see the foe until we grow. We see the foe as being bad. We see the Lord self as being bad. But when we grow, then it starts to dawn on me. A soldier never knows his strength until he meets his foe. So that means that foe is causing me to recognize my what? Strength. So now I gotta stop and say, wait a minute, is that bad? If I have something that's teaching me that, and teaching me that I make errors that I need to correct, is that bad?
But you said something key there. You have to almost ascend to be able to see
Yes,
it that way.
yes, yes, yes,
Otherwise, you look at that way as it's okay
yeah,
to have that foe, or
Yeah.
in a different way. Is what I'm
Yeah.
saying,
yeah, yeah, yeah. See, that's the whole purpose of practicing so that you can grow. Because remember, just like you grow to see man's God today, it's not tomorrow. It's not a God. Well, you see things about yourself. I looked at myself this way today, but in my growth, now I see. You know, come on.
Yeah, that's a good point you made, because when I look at myself,
Yeah.
I gotta recognize and realize, before I make that choice,
Yeah,
I gotta consider the results of that choice.
that's right, yeah.
And because I gotta remember that I'm a creator, and I can create my own heaven and hell.
Yeah,
So the choice that I do make,
yeah,
you better be certain that, you know, that you better put Allah first,
yeah,
you know, and say, I pray to Allah that I make the right choice.
yeah,
I'm doing it like that,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. Come on.
It's not what you said, Fred. When you know, one, and I don't see myself others can see me much plainly.
Yes, that's
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
That's right.
In my wrong doing or my right doing.
That's right.
Okay? But he who knows where his Lord self.
Yeah,
Now I can start with the prophet's focus.
yeah,
I can look upon that
yeah,
and know when I'm falling or short,
yeah,
you know, or when I'm gaining strength. Because you talked about the foe that man must fight.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I got to fight this.
Yeah.
This foe.
Yeah.
Do it all bad, I got to fight it.
yeah,
I must fight it.
yeah, yeah. Now remember, let's not get caught up, let's not lose focus when he says, he who knows well his Lord self. Let us not take for granted that we know our Lord self well.
It's not.
Because see, there's still parts of our Lord self that's hidden to us.
It's not.
Yeah, man.
he said, death ain't no enemy to man, so is death part of Lord self?
There are parts of the Lord self. If it's not an enemy, how can it be a part of the Lord self?
It's not.
Yes,
I was thinking earlier, you mentioned practice,
yes,
you know, and a lot of times when we think of practice, we think of the physical aspect of
Yes.
it, you know, the walking, the carrying ourselves,
Yeah.
things like that.
yeah,
But I also was thinking about the study part,
right,
you know, part of our practice. is
Right.
Study
yeah,
the book,
yeah,
you know, when we study the book,
yeah,
then we can understand the book better.
yeah,
That's part of our practice.
yeah,
But when we don't study the book,
Yeah.
how do you expect to understand it?
right, right, right. Remember, the practice first is mental.
That's it, mama. That's it.
Mental. Man, don't worry about the physical right now. Look at the mental, because look, you make things in your mind. It's where things are made. It's mental.
Yes.
By the time they get out here, it's manifested from the way you think, your thought, and what you have made. What you make in here is manifested out here.
That's it. That's it.
It's mental. That's the fight.
Yes.
You know? Come on, babe.
And that's why it has to be developed
Yes.
by the exercise.
Yes.
By going through it, you gotta develop those things.
Yes.
That ain't no automatic development itself. You gotta
Yes.
put some work in.
Yes.
Going on.
Gotta put some work in. That's right. Come on, Mom.
That's right.
Listening to Shane Will and everything I'm in accord with,
Wait a minute, you know what you're saying? Everything I'm in accord with. But.
I'm in agreement with it, I'm just saying, I always know, when we practice, I always heard the fight is within.
Yeah.
This is divine movement, you know, and, I heard one time you said, you know, I gotta learn how to fight myself.
Yeah.
Cause the fight is within yourself.
Yeah.
It ain't outside, you know what I'm saying, when you get outside, you're lost.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.
See, y'all need to have something in my mind. I used to say certain things in my mind that the devil is my friend because he teaches me not to mess with him. You know, and then when I was listening to everything like that, I'm saying, yeah, well, because when I do mess with him, I get burnt all the time.
Well, how do you friend?
That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it in a way like he's like a friend because he teaches me not to mess with him. Because that's all he gives me is wrong.
But see, now we gotta watch out.
Yes. Yes.
But see, he wants you to think he's your friend.
That's
That's the truth of her.
See,
I'm saying he teaches me not to mess with him.
yeah, but he wants you to think he's your friend. And he's so shrewd that he'll let you think, well, I'm teaching you a lesson. I'm showing you this. But remember, always remember, he offers pleasure, joy, and satisfying gain.
That's right, that's what you are.
But understand what he gives. Come on, man. So we can't get faked out with the okie doke. You know, because he'll come at you one way to get you to pull you in, and then he'll flip. Yeah, well, he knows what you like.
He's a part of it.
Yeah, he knows what you like. How can he not know what you like when he's a part of you?
It's not.
Let's go to the Holy Koran and more excited.
He has no mercy.
No mercy, none.
So it ain't like he like nothing more.
Mo.
Yeah. Break.
He's going to crush you. You know he's going to crush you. Look. And it's just a matter of time. But what we get from that, look what we get. See, look what we receive as he's preparing us to take our head off. He's giving us satisfaction. But he's only satisfied the what? The physical. He ain't did nothing with the inner. He's focused his attention on the outer. Because once he can get your attention on the outer, he has you caught up in the what? In the illusion, but he got you functioning in the reflex. I am now in the midst of the reflex. And every time you try to go this way, he'll put a feign to get your attention to surrender to the reflex that you're in. And what happens when you're in the reflex, it starts to mount and mount and mount and mount. So you find yourself in constant pursuit of something that's not there.
Right.
It's the illusion. Compound. Step one on top of the other. Always making you think that there's something more, something better. If I can just get there, I know I can get there.
Yes.
So how you gonna get out? You in it. How do you get out of a reflex? How do you get out of a reflex?
You have to raise your thought.
You got to raise your thought. That means you have to have some divine intervention. But first you gotta ask, first he tells us, and he's a master.
Yes, he is.
Do you think your condition is better? Very simple, but so profound. Come on, man.
Yeah, you know, one of the things I was thinking about when we were talking about
Yeah.
is our practice.
Yes,
See, our practice prepare us
yes,
for these conflicts that we're gonna come in
Yes.
contact with. Now, the thing I think about most of all is, even in our practice, we must be humble.
yes.
Because one of the things I learned, the weaknesses of all of them, the weaknesses that are inside of you are studying with you.
Yeah,
Vanity is in there,
yeah,
inconstancy,
yeah,
insufficiency of knowledge, all that's in there.
yeah,
And that's where what can do good can also do harm.
yeah,
So even in our study and in our practice, we must be humble
yeah,
because we can raise it too high.
yeah.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah.
We can do it, man. I mean, and sometimes we raise it too high, and God forbid you get a title.
Yeah.
Huh?
Go get a badge.
Oh, get a badge.
Yeah.
And then you think you know, so what I'm learning is you gotta always try to maintain
Yeah.
a level of humbleness
Yeah.
to keep you grounded,
Yeah.
so you don't escape yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. See, don't you know people are given titles because at at that particular time, that's where they can solve their problems best.
I hear.
And that doesn't mean that you even practice to the point whereas you are showing some type of respectful character.
Yes.
So you can have a bad character and be given a title.
Yeah, you see that?
Because in that title, you can you're solving your problem best. Why? Because now what you fail to see in yourself.
Others see. Yes.
So remember, you got to remember this stuff because
Yes.
this is a thought movement.
That's right.
Remember that. It's a thought movement. Come on, yeah.
Islam. Islam, most.
Islam.
One of the key things that in this discussion, I'll be brief, Gracie, in reference to our practice, we got to remember to establish the principles.
Yes. Yes.
When we establish the principles, that keeps us from going too far.
Yes.
That gives us rule over ourselves
Yes.
while we're practicing.
Yes.
That'll bring attention to you when you're ready to keep going,
Yes.
or your lower self really is ready to keep going.
Yes.
Your principles will cease it, will bring it to a close, it will say, that's enough.
Yes.
If those
Yes.
principles are established, then you can practice this on a higher level
Yes.
because it will raise you up, it will stop your lower thinking,
Yes.
and it will propel you toward what is right.
That's right. That's right.
We have to have the principles established in order to practice these teachings on a high level.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Because Allah is the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
That's right. That's right.
Peace.
That's right, Mom. Peace, praise the Lord. You know, and remember, that's so correct. You've got to focus on the principles because the principles help you to become what? Yes, grounded. No question. That's good. Sis. Yes, but it also helps you to develop discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Discipline. What is discipline?
Control.
Yes.
Self-control.
Rule.
And they say the victory goes to the one who is most disciplined.
This will prepare you a long way in life.
You better bet.
Yes, sir.
You better bet. Okay, where did I stop?
You have 20.
I know it's in 23. Thank you for that. What?
I think it was on verse 6 or 7.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You got a good memory, Ron. Let's go here. Yeah, that's right. You're right. You're right, too. It says, we stopped at a wicked son is a reproach to his father. But he that doeth right is an honor to his great head. Okay. The soil is thine own. Let it not want cultivation. If we cultivate the soil, what are we doing?
Development.
We're developing it. How do you develop the soil?
Making sure it's fertilized.
Make sure it's fertilized. That's right. Use the proper fertilizer. Yeah, you use the proper fertilizer. Right. In this case, he said the soil is our own. Let it not want cultivation. What is he saying? Make it applicable to people.
You put them the right information. You give them the right information. It's almost like what he said, you see their mind in the master of the truth.
Okay.
You're giving them the truth.
Okay.
You're not giving them a lot of nonsense,
Okay.
a lot of falsehood,
Okay.
a lot of superstitions.
Okay.
You giving them the truth.
Okay.
But to do that, you gotta handle yourself.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
What about also your responsibility?
It is your responsibility. Come on here.
And also, with the truth that you're giving them,
Yeah.
you're giving them guidance.
That's right.
See, they have to learn how to use it.
That's right. That's
They
right.
have to be taught. Yeah, you can give them the truth, but you can't leave them alone.
That's right.
You got to continue to guide them through it.
That's right.
They're going to have questions.
That's right.
Doubt going to set in.
That's right.
You got to be able to explain it. You got to be able to stay there with them and make sure that they're getting the right guidance and nourishment as they start to unfold and see things.
Yeah.
Because their Lord self going to challenge them too.
Oh, there's no question.
So you got to be there.
That's right. That's right. Now we can see
we can see the importance of establishing until then what?
Principles. Yes.
We gotta teach them principles.
Yes.
So,
It's and with teaching them, you're gonna try to demonstrate through your actions as well,
Yeah.
to the best of your ability,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
We know we're not perfect, but we're gonna let them know, when I fall, I stop, think about it, pick myself up and try to straighten it out and do it right.
Mhm.
So our words is not alone to teach it, but our actions as well.
That's right.
That's right. But see, now we know those things.
Right.
Because we know by our instructions that men need a what? A pattern. So that means it's incumbent on us to be what? A pattern. Brother, don't be.
I kind of lost my thought, but I was gonna say earlier, I believe what, I look at it like a garden.
Yes.
You have a garden and you gotta make sure you take all the weeds out of
That's
it.
right.
You gotta get
That's right.
that out of yourself.
That's right.
All of those things are here we call first, but we need to clean that up, and we don't want that to happen. We don't wanna have to cultivate our own self. We want to already have done that. According to this, let it not want cultivation.
Right.
The seed that thou sowest, thou also shalt thou reap.
Yeah.
So, when you cultivate the garden and you do what you're supposed to do, your benefit, what you reap out of it is, it's gonna be a benefit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all in dealing with self.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Come on, man.
did we ever at one time lose our principles? I mean, did our principles get taken away?
Did you ever go into slavery?
Got
What?
Have we ever went into slavery?
Savings?
Slavery.
Yes.
Yeah, we have went into slavery.
Right.
You know why we went into slavery? Because we failed to honor the creed and what? Principles.
So our mothers and fathers didn't teach us this,
Right.
didn't have knowledge of this.
But you know what? I'm going to hold up right there.
Yes. Yes.
We can't say our mothers and fathers didn't teach us this.
Well, it might have been there,
They taught, look, they taught us this.
Yes.
In the degree
Yes.
that they could understand it.
Right.
But we've always been taught this.
That's right.
Just not in the words of the
I think
Just not, look, just not in,
change.
yes, the truth don't change.
They taught us the truth.
They taught us enough more, you know what they taught us? They taught us how to recognize this when it came.
It's fun. It's
I
fun.
bet you that. I bet you we recognize this now because they taught us.
It's fun.
Come on,
And
man.
all we gotta do is just think, what did the prophet say this is? The old time religion.
That's what he said.
Yeah, they taught it to us.
Yeah, that's right, Paul.
It's the old time religion.
Yep.
It always existed.
We make the choice.
That's right, Paul.
so they made.
They gave you what they could. That's all.
In the front of the Quran, the Holy Quran, the Most High, yeah, you probably go to dear mother, well, teach these that's to your Lord.
Yeah.
That they may learn to love, instead of
Yeah.
dear father.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
With these that's you can sit your house.
Yeah.
I mean, these right before our face, and this is the beginning of this Quran.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You let the mothers and fathers know, what you can do now, as you said earlier, when you unfold it.
Yeah.
Where we at now, it's been more in the capital now. We see the prophet teaching, but with our mothers and fathers back then, they had their values and morals.
But you know what? If you call remembrance to your age, you can see these teachings
Exactly.
what you were taught.
Yes. Yes.
You can see it.
Prime example. My parents used to tell me you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
Papa said sow good seed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But didn't he also say somehow best morals are still in the church?
Yeah.
And that wasn't a quote he made yesterday.
Right.
He said that years ago.
Yeah. See, we've been always taught.
Oh, who's in this one?
That's
We have always been taught.
The truth. Ain't that what they say?
Who's in this one?
We always been taught.
That's right, Mo.
And
That's
if
right.
you go back and really reflect,
Yes, indeed.
you say, wait a minute,
Yes, indeed.
that's what the prophet said.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
Come on, Mom.
It says a lot. He never left us nor forsake us. He never left us.
Never left us, Mom.
And then what I was thinking about with the soil, because I was going back to the chapter, because you asked about cultivation.
Yes.
The thing I think about when it comes to cultivation is stirring up. The times when you're preparing the soil, sometimes it gets hard.
You gotta turn it over.
You
Yeah,
gotta
that's
turn it
right.
over.
That's right.
So you gotta loosen those things up that may have gotten hard.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Sister A. McGee.
Islam. I agree with the saying that we've always been taught, because I think everybody, for the most part, has always heard different sayings, and
Yes.
those are maxims of truth.
Yes.
So it's like we can't escape it because it's been passed down to us regardless. So
Yes.
we always have that kind of equipped within anyway.
Yes. 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 Come on, Mom.
Is also when you just go back to when the prophet says what is the high self? It's the mother of virtues and the harmony of life and peace, justice, mercy, love, and right.
Right.
And as long as the individual is speaking from the high self and just telling you what's right, that's the truth. It comes in so many different variants of ways that you just can't pinpoint and say this the only way.
Right.
Because when the person tell you to do the right thing, they just tell them to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. What you got?
And also, every prophet was a degree of understanding.
Yes.
We would never left our God.
That's right.
Even in the Old Testament, just went from one prophet to another prophet to another. Allah always asked.
Yes.
So we can't say that we was not taught.
Yeah.
It may be in a different frame of mind that we were taught it at that time.
Right. Right. Right.
Because Islam got higher and higher.
Yeah.
Every degree got higher and higher.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yes. Come on, James.
And so, you know what? I was just thinking, I said, Dad, I came to the conclusion, this not for the children. I'm saying, I'm making it applicable to myself. I'm saying, Dad, if the way my words, actions, and deeds need cultivation, because the soul that need cultivation, then the things that I do, that's what I should also reap. So I have to apply that too. I gotta watch my soul and make sure it don't need to be cultivated. And that means my words, action, and deeds.
Yeah.
So long we I can apply this to myself too.
Oh, it's no question.
Yeah.
There's no question. That's right.
You can't teach what you don't know.
Come on.
It's fun, man. 101, you already spoke on it, 27.
Yeah.
Where you give in brief the line genealogy
Yeah.
to which Jesus came.
Yeah.
Son of great father to which Jesus came, Abraham, Boaz, Ruth, Jesse, King David, Solomon, Hezekiah, and Mary.
Yeah.
So their teachers was the teaching that we was gonna get in.
Yeah.
We was gonna get them teaching. So we ain't never been taught, not taught the
Yeah.
teachers.
Yeah.
The teachers always been there.
Yeah.
It's exactly
Come on.
When you look at that,
That's a good
verse 7,
Yeah.
and it says the soul is not on. We got to relate this back to what the prophet said, hold this stuff for our children.
Yeah.
So the relationship is to the soul, but at the same time, we talking about our children.
Yeah.
Thine own.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you relate back to that, and then you further goes on, which you haven't got to, I don't want to get ahead more. The seed.
Right.
You haven't got to that yet, so I don't want to get there.
Okay. Thank you, brother. Sister Foster.
Islam.
Islam.
I was just going back to, the beginning of the chapter, divine instruction, verse number 2.
Yeah.
Where it says, upon me, it depended whether the child of thy bosom be a blessing or a curse to thyself.
Yes.
And uses are worthless number to the community.
Yes.
And verse 3 says, prepare early with instructions in their mind with the maximum of truth. And when you think about that, it was always given to us. It's up to us whether we listen or not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we've been held responsible for it the whole time.
that's right. That's right.
And look, you know, we're hard-headed.
Yes,
Yes, Ned.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, we were told, but a lot of us, we just didn't,
Listen.
we had our own thoughts.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I mean, the thoughts that they taught us worked up to a point. But what happened when we ventured out on our own? Because we thought that we knew more than what we really knew.
That's that Lord something.
Remember when she told you go get that switch?
Man, I never understood. Why do I never, I mean, you want to go get can't you understand why I'm hesitant? And then when I bring one back that's not equivalent to what you say it should be. But look. And here go one, here it is right here. And that's taught to us by that particular event. They go get the switch and bring it back to me.
Yeah.
It's the thought of affliction.
No doubt.
That's
No
The
doubt.
thought.
Yes,
I don't go get a switch.
My time.
More stuff, man. It says, teach him obedience, and he shall bless thee. Why? Teaching one obedience will cause them to be blessed. Why? What's the connection with a blessing and obedience? Teach him obedience and what? So what's the relationship between obedience and being blessed?
Honor the law.
What do you learn? What do you learn? And why is obedience important? Come on, sis.
It helps with guidance,
It does.
and that can be like safety,
That's right.
protection,
That's right.
getting out of trouble. All
That- And what but what does obedience, what else does obedience do? Come on.
Put you in harmony.
It does. If you're obedient,
It
what?
humbles you.
It does humble you, no question. But remember, what else does it do?
Discipline.
Or what does it help you to develop? Trust, yes. But does it not also help you to learn to follow instructions? That is a practice to help you to learn to follow instructions. I'm going to pay attention and look, go to the store and come right back. Your obedience is to follow the instructions to go to the store. Your obedience to follow instructions is to come right back. So obedience helps you to develop your ability to follow instructions. Because you got to follow instructions to be obedient.
And the blessed part is that you won't find yourself in a whole lot of awkward situations by not being obedient.
Well, every time you, well, not every time, but much of the time when you were told to do something and you didn't do it, were there not consequences that caused you to say, I wish I had did it?
Deviate from that instruction.
Exactly. Deviate from that instruction. You did not tell you.
That's what it says.
Yeah. Get the switch. Yeah. Come on. It was disobedience that started the fall. That's what caused the fall. Sister Faustina.
Some of us were smart enough, we got skinny switches, but didn't know the parent had a bigger switch behind.
But let me tell you something. I learned that lesson. Them little skinny switches. Real weapons. See, just because they're skinny don't mean they're gonna break. Because you know, the switches that we had in our yard, they were like whips.
Yes.
They swung back.
You know,
They were flexible.
It didn't break people, Mo.
no, they didn't break. No, they didn't break.
And them little skinny switches got swung a lot more.
Oh man. Yeah, Lord. Yeah.
You know what, speaking of that, briefly, you know, I thought I was cutting this to go to show you how parents, you couldn't play psychology on.
Right.
I used to start crying while I'm bringing the switch back. You know what I mean? Like this one have some burn.
Yeah.
The thing was, I'm gonna give you something to cry for.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Thanks
was
for
crying
that.
out tears anyway.
Yeah, Lord. Yeah.
I was also there and say obedience develops, cause you to develop trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, it builds up trust because I know if I'm being obedient, then you trust me for other things.
Yeah. And you know what? But to show you how when we decide that we know better, the things that we learn by being obedient, we disregard once we get able. When we stop listening to people, we start making calls, but we fail to remember. Well, but you know what? When I did what I was told, it was all right. But now I've been thinking on my own, I'm finding myself getting in more trying situations. But see, only now the switch is not physical.
That's it.
No, it's worse.
See, the switch comes when you ride down that highway, and they're taking on down that highway, and now you thinking about what you did.
Right.
That's a mental thing.
Going back to what you said, about the taught part, we was always taught because if years ago your mom or father would tell you make it very hard, you have to sleep there.
Yeah.
And we're older now, coming down, so like going back to the father saying being taught, we was always taught.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
That's just what y'all said.
What you say?
Sister Jones Bay.
Oh, Sister Jones baby.
She was right.
I didn't have my hair up.
Oh, you misled me, man.
Granddaughter point, man.
One way behind another. All right.
Good to see you.
Koran. Pray everybody got something get back to the home study now. I will see you there. It's something to bring back. Next time, this time, I'll call out Grand Governor, our Grand Governor, Sister D. Jones Bay, to be our divine one.
Assistant.
Islam.
I give praise to Allah and honor to His holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, and honor to this wonderful Sunday school and Koran class. Prophet warns all Muslims, governors ordered to read proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical, agitating speeches while at work, in their homes, or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We are for love, truth, peace, and freedom, and when these principles are violated, Justice then must take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings towards the temple or the prophet or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card, button, cease wearing their turban or fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet, noble through Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sins by order of Prophet Noble Ali. Peace.
Peace. Praise God.
It's on board.
You can cut it off.
And she says, take me for who I am, because I'll never change all my colors for you. Those lyrics definitely are this anthem of, accepting who I am. This is the first time in my life where I can remember this. Let my voice be heard as an individual.
Whitney.
For you.